Hello, everyone. I am Max Smidowitz, and together with Ryan Seaver, Stephen Madden, and Derek Henderson, we are Team iLab, keeping an eye on your lab. So, who are we? Ryan Seaver serves as our customer proxy. They organize meetings with the client, send them questions, important documents, and help the rest of us ask the client questions or have the client give us concerns and feedback on our product or what we've been working on as of recent. Steve Madden is our code quality assurance manager. Whilst we haven't written any code yet, in the future, they will be ensuring that whatever we do write is up to standards, that it's not broken, that it does what it's supposed to do, and that it conforms to an overall standard of cleanliness. Derek Henderson is our usability quality assurance manager. Their job is to make sure our app is actually usable and not confusing, obtuse, or simply does not work. I, Max Minowis, am the team organizer. I've helped coordinate the team, including stuff such as meetings, getting documents sent out, things along those lines. Our clients are the SIUE, School of Pharmacy, faculty, and staff. We have Dr. Jing Yang Heck, the Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs, and a Clinical Associate Professor. They are our main client and who we've primarily been working with throughout this project. They have also been the one who has provided our initial prototype on which we have based our current prototype. We also have Dr. Stephanie Hunziker, the Clinical Assistant Professor of Pharmacy Practice and Clinical Skills Coordinator, who has also worked very closely with us throughout the project development process. Finally, we have Dr. Katie Ronald, a Clinical Associate Professor and Assessment Coordinator, who we too have been working closely with in order to ensure this product is the best that it can be. Now, before we get too far, what is iLab? iLab aims to be a cross-platform application for laboratory inventory management, simply put. iLab was inspired when one of our clients became tired of having to perform mundane tasks such as going to inventory to count and check changes in inventory, along with ordering new supplies. iLab aims to make this a thing of the past. It'll automate the tracking of laboratory inventory and makes updating inventory counts, either adding more items or taking away items, easy. Power Apps will provide with us a platform that allows us to email people who are in charge of ordering, and that will allow people to automatically order new items. Power Apps is a low-code platform. This means that you might not necessarily need to know how to code in order to use it, and therefore easily maintainable by staff and faculty. If something breaks or something needs to be added, they can do it with relative ease. The modular nature of our platform should make this expansion easy. So should additional functionality be required in the future, it will not be too difficult to add it.
Hello, my name is Stephen. I'll be going over the software requirements and the initial prototyping. We began our requirement elicitation by organizing a series of meetings with the client to determine what they'd hope to see in iLab. From these meetings, we developed a set of requirements. Once we had completed our initial draft of our software requirement sheet, we needed to be sure we are on the same page as our client. We set up an additional meeting to go over these requirements. After that, we conducted prototyping to ensure that our future implementation would encompass all the requirements. Our project has had a bit of a learning curve. Our client has asked us to use Power Apps for her application. One of the reasons we decided to go ahead and use Power Apps is because it's easy to pick up and learn. During prototyping, our team has learned some of the drawbacks and capabilities of the Power Apps platform. An additional app that we will need to learn is Power Automate. Power Automate will enable us to send emails with the ordering information that our client has requested. For the prototype, prior to contacting us, our client had already developed a semi-working prototype off which we could base our final product. The decision was made to use Power Apps to construct our prototypes to ultimately save us time during the development phase. Initially, our prototype went in a significantly different direction from the original. Ultimately, our client preferred that we develop something more in line with what they originally had in mind. For our second prototype, we opted to construct it from the ground up. Here is an initial view of our initial prototype. On the left, we have a gallery of components. In the middle, there's an input screen to input new items into the gallery. And on the far right is an edit screen to edit existing items. What we've learned so far is that since Power Apps is primarily uses drag and drop GUI construction, we've learned that the ins and outs of how to create and manipulate various UI elements. Additionally, we've learned a bit about the code side of Power Apps. This will be where a majority of the work will occur next semester. Now, I'll turn it over to Ryan for a review of our final prototype.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan Seaver. I'm kind of the client coordinator of the iLabs team, and I'm here to demo to you the final prototype version that we gave to our clients. So without further ado, here we'll go. So the first thing that our client specified that they wanted this application to be able to do is they wanted to be able to view every item that was in their inventory in their list. So each one of these items is an individual record that is stored somewhere in the School of Pharmacy. And so we can change and update these as we see fit. So if we click on this nifty little arrow here, like we can see that each item has individual fields that are populated with values. So for example, this one says the setting is at a hospital. So they specify that they want to be able to change these values and edit them in case like the items change, like if they have anything they need to change. So with this nifty little edit items button, we can go in there and say, hey, it's not at a hospital, it's at a birthday party. And we can update that and it'll automatically save that and it'll update and it'll be updated on the list as well. Another thing that we can also do is we can also delete individual items. So let's say we'll take this item that I just edited and we'll get rid of it. And just like, just like the School of Pharmacy would actually do like on their records, like it actually gets rid of it in the entire list and you can no longer see that item. So that they specify that they wanted that functionality as well in case that they have like redundant or relevant items. So after that, we have the ability to search. So for example, if I wanted to see all items that start with CAF, we can type CAF, in which case there's only one. So, caffeine citrate vials. And of course, we're gonna like update this and make this a little more functional to be able to search by other fields as well. But for the moment, we haven't really gotten that far, and that's something that we hope to implement in the future. As of checking out, you'll say which items you want to order, and then on this stage you will be able to like set however many you want to order. 1, 2, 3, obviously there'll be more, but we haven't necessarily implemented that yet for this iteration of the prototype, but we hope to do that in development. You can also set the email that you want to send the order request to. So the School of Pharmacy specified that if the person that makes the orders changes, they want to be able to easily be able to update that, like who the email gets sent out to, and then you can of course submit your order and like be done with the thing. So after that, we have the ability to view open orders. So here is something interesting. So once you place an order, like every individual item needs to be kept track of, like, hey, have we received it yet? Like, hey, when did it last get when did the order get received? Like, when did we last receive them? And so on and so forth. So for each individual item that has been ordered, we submit an order. We create a new order. So like, for example, this order is order 001 and 0001, and we have ordered item 1 and we have ordered item 2 on order 001. So this is something the School of Pharmacy also said that they wanted. They wanted to be able to keep track of like when the items are coming in and so on and so forth. So whenever they receive them, you can actually go over here and like click like, hey, like I've received this many. And we haven't necessarily completely implemented this, but we plan to before we get the application out to our clients, and then you can receive them. But so something nifty that we did was we also implemented a show open orders button, which in my opinion helps to easily kind of sort through things that you don't necessarily want to look at the moment. Like say you just had an incoming order and you want to be able to easily just click a couple buttons and say, hey, like we've received the we've received the items, you can just click this button and then it's pretty easy to say like, hey, like here's this item from this order and like bam, 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 you're done. So we're trying to make this application as easy as possible for the user to use. And without further ado, I believe that is a good demo of this prototype.
Hello, my name is Derek Henderson. I'm the Usability Quality Assurance Manager for our team, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about quality assurance. So Power Apps has a built-in testing suite, which will help us automate the testing process of our code. We haven't explored all the capabilities of the built-in testing yet, so depending on how useful it is and how difficult our testing might be, we may have to test certain functionalities manually. And additionally, our clients will be able to test our app, but I'll explain more of this later. Usability testing plan. We plan on conducting usability testing on the SIUE School of Pharmacy faculty and staff. Our client will also be able to test our app to iron out any usability issues and to ensure it's exactly what they desire. How are we conducting usability testing, you might ask? Well, we will conduct online meetings through Zoom or Microsoft Teams with future users of our app and ask them to complete certain tasks based on their position in the School of Pharmacy, which will either be an admin or faculty. And we will conduct our testing a few weeks prior to the final launch of our app. And this will ensure us enough time to fix any issues. What's next for iLab? Well, we're going to implement the specified client requirements, and we're going to do some usability testing, and finally code testing and maintaining good code quality. Future difficulties. We may have to work around current unknown inefficiencies in Power Apps necessary for full development. And also usability testing could reveal deficiencies in our implementation that may need to be addressed before release. Finally, our team, the lab trackers, would like to thank our clients, Mr. Roger Fry, our instructor for this course, and finally you for watching this presentation. Thank you.